Coming up on Fishing Australia, the magnificent Snowy Valleys, some of the most pristine trout waters on the planet.
Oh! Woohoo!
When you think of Aussie mainland trout fishing, most people think of the Snowy Mountains, Lake Yucumbene and Lake Jindabyne. But between you and me, there's another part of this region that equals some of the best trout fishing in the world. We're in the Snowy Valleys and about to take to the magnificent Tumut River. Anglers from all over Australia head to the quaint little town of Tumut, which is an easy drive from Canberra, Sydney or Melbourne. There's accommodation for all budgets and plenty of warm country hospitality. On this trip, I'm lucky enough to be guided by the best in the business, the team from Aussie Fly Fisher. They know the river like the back of their hand and will put you onto the fish guaranteed. The rest is up to you. G'day, I'm Rob Paxavanis and welcome to Fishing Australia. It is an absolutely cracking day down here in the Snowy Valley on the Tumut River, and I'm pretty excited to be taking you on one of the great fishing adventures of Australia. We're starting our adventure just below Blowering Dam, which is currently releasing water into the Tumut at 7,000 megalitres a day. The water is only 10 degrees and it's really moving, so my usual wading has been superseded by a style that's new to me and perfect for the conditions. Fish the Tumut River a lot. Used to come over from Canberra, bring friends over, guiding and stuff, but this is a game changer, Mikey. The raft.
She's a weapon, mate. I mean, this is fantastic because it's lets us fish basically the entire river down. So, you know, on an average day walking off the bank, maybe you cover a few hundred metres. Yeah. This baby lets us cover about 20 odd Ks. Yeah. Efficiently. It's no snakes either, which is always a bonus.
Cover more water, places you can't normally get to, and looks like a lot of fun to boot. Let's go, mate.
Let's roll.
A few little specs for people getting into fly fishing. There's a 6-weight fly rod, 6-weight floating line. That's the indicator that sits on top and gets plucked under when a fish, and we're primarily targeting rainbow today, grabs one of those little heavy tungsten nymphs that we've got on there. So they sit down about up to 7 feet on a good drift, and Mikey's just guided me through it all, and I just wait for that to pluck down, and yeah, it's proven to be a fair bit of fun.
Come on, right there, right there, right there. That's good. It's beyond good.
Woo!
Nice. Our first catch of the day.
Wow. Look at this, it's paradise. We're like quite literally 10 minutes into it. I'm learning so much off Mikey. In this fast water, these fish are giving up a good fight, and that is magnificent fun. You got him, you! Look at that. That is your classic Tumut River rainbow. Beautiful, healthy fish.
Took that little pheasant tail.
Yeah.
Pop that out of him. It's barbless, goes out easy.
They're in good condition, mate. I mean, the water suits them here.
Yeah, I mean, it's 10 degrees all year long, which is the perfect temperature for growing trout and trout food. So it's basically a bit of a fish factory. Hence these chubby little dudes.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Well, we'll get him back. I mean, he'd be a great little table fish to eat, but we'll get him back into the beautiful environment here, which is the Tumut River. As we drift downstream, guided by Mikey's expert oarsmanship, the stunning scenery, clean air, and a relaxing movement of the raft is enough reason alone to be out here on the water. But this is a fisherman's dream, and with Mikey putting us on the spot, we were on again. Yoy!
Called it. Good fish too.
All right.
Nice bow.
Oh, he's like a strong fish.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this cold water that helps them breathe, you know, they get a lot of oxygen, they get a lot of energy.
what we've got there, you can see that big fluffy thing? That's known as the strike indicator. And below that is 2 heavy nymphs, tiny little flies that are very heavily weighted, and they sink down, and the rainbows love that here. And when you see that strike indicator dip down, that's when you lift and catch a fish. All right, we got him. Look at that. Oh, don't you love rainbows? How's the spots on them? And often rainbows have got the spots running right down through the tail there.
And these ones have really nice white tips on a lot of the fins too as well.
Geez, they're in good condition, aren't they?
So fat.
After the break, the trout just keep getting bigger. What's the plan here today, Mike?
Which is a pretty special river, mate. So the plan today is to go through and maybe look at some really quality fish. You know, we're going to throw around some bigger stuff, hopefully find a big brown. We're going to roll down to Nimbo Fork, which is the great place you're staying at the moment.
Yeah,
but it's fantastic. We'll pull up there in the evening, enjoy life.
All right, let's get underway. Apart from spending time in some of Mother Nature's finest environments, part of the attraction of fly fishing is the art of changing up your technique and rig to suit the fish you're after. The season and hatch dictate what the fish are feeding on, and fly selection is key. Okay, big flies for big fish is an articulated fly. We'll show you more about that later. 7 weight sinking line, 15 pound leader, and we're hitting places like this. Mickey's got me casting right into the bank. Totally different type of fishing. We're landing in and ripping it and trying to get a response from a big brown trout or a big rainbow trout that eats little fish. We're really ripping the fly hard, looking for that big angry fish to come out, and he's only got a few seconds to take it or he's going to miss the meal, so we might just trick that monster this way. With Mikey at the oars, missing the bridge was no problem. Yeah, it wasn't long before he had us on the right spot. Look at that.
Stunner, mate.
Finally, something a little bit bigger is committed. It's not our big horse that we're after today, but...
It's a nice brownie, though.
Look at that. I mean, oh, mate. Got him? All right.
Perfect. I'll pass that to you, Rob.
Thank you.
Yeah, so they'll eat those big streamers head first. They just want to swallow them in one go. So even though you've got 2 hooks on it, they almost always eat that front one. Beautiful brown trout. See how fat he is too? Beautiful condition.
The beauty of raft fishing is that you just cover so much territory, and around every corner, there's a chance to sneak up on a trout and put a fly right on their nose. With expert guides at the oars, all the hard work is done, and Mikey has me on the right spot every time.
It's decent. Okay.
I cannot believe how strong these guys are.
That cold water coming out of the bottom blaring just keeps them super happy all year long. And that's that tail water. You know, when you've got cold water coming from the bottom of a dam, these fish are super happy.
So
and it's great. Whoop.
even
in a drought.
Yeah, even in a drought, or like we're at summer here at the moment, you're very beautiful. The average size has gone up too. Let's have a look at him. Look at that guy.
Super pretty fish.
Yeah, quite literally pretty as a rainbow. They're beautiful, aren't they? The fish in the Tumut River sure are quality trout. And although the big fellas are eluding us today, as we drift downstream heading for Nimbo Fork Lodge, I'm almost in a dreamlike state. Glistening water, the movement of the raft, and the art of casting flies, this certainly is a world-class fishing experience.
Cheers, mate.
Yep, get that up here. Well, we saw some absolutely cracking big trout, but when you go for those big guys and the big flies, you're going to get how many chances a day usually?
Oh, mate, if you get 3 or 4 shots of those really big fish, and if 1 or 2 come off, that's a cracker.
That's exactly what we got. We did have 3 or 4 chances. They got so close, and if we got one on, it would have been spectacular. But hey, there's still plenty more to see and do and catch here in Tumut.
That's it.
And I believe we're not far from the lodge.
I don't think we are, mate. I think we should just walk up, maybe go get a cold beer.
After you.
Cheers, Spots.
After a day on the water, a cold beer sounds fantastic, and our digs at Nimbo Fork Lodge offer that and so much more. A 5-star fishing experience deserves a 5-star fishing lodge, and Nimbo Fork Lodge is certainly that. With breathtaking views from the luxury suites in the main homestead, 6 riverside cabins, and the award-winning restaurant 3 Blue Ducks at your service, you will want for nothing. It's the perfect place to recharge and get ready for another day out on the water. After the break, we change it up and head for the hills. It's a new day and we're heading for the hills to experience a bit of high country trout fishing. After gearing up in Tumut, we hit the road, headed for one of Mikey's favourite streams. The 45-minute drive takes us past some stunning countryside, and it's obvious how lucky some of these little towns were, narrowly escaping the devastation of the 2019 bushfires. The silver lining is that the regrowth around the mountain streams has brought new life to the countryside, giving the trout plenty to feed on. All we need to do is choose a fly that matches the menu of the day.
Tumut's got a bit of everything. It's not just about the big lakes and the big Tumut River. These small streams.
You don't need a drift boat to come up and have fun. You can come for a walk up here. We do a lot of stuff up in these little creeks and it never gets old coming in here, targeting little fish and just having a good time.
See if we can hook
Let's
a few,
do it, mate. See what happens.
The trick is to make your way upstream slowly and quietly so that you can cast to where the trout like to hang out without them knowing you're there. It's really stalking and hunting the fish, and the last thing you want to do is slip and end up in this super cold water.
That's it, nice. There he is, got him, there he is.
Such a lick. Hey! Oh, that's what it's all about. Look at that.
They are the little acrobats up here.
Jeez, they got some go in them too.
That's it.
I'll tell you what, you know, people do get carried away by trying to catch a big trout, but this is so enjoyable. Small streams, easy to fish.
Another one just came out and had a crack at him, you see?
Good action.
Yeah.
And you know, you got your legs in some cold water on a warm summer's day and you're catching a beautiful little fish.
So you can see on this one, Rob, he's still got his little paw marks here. They look like little fingerprints. So he would have been from this year's spawn, which has been really good. Even though we had the fires and everything else, these rivers have stayed really healthy. They're still producing fish, and there's tons of these ones around at the moment, which means next few years, just going to get better and better with all of this water. Full of beans too, still.
Yeah, a naturally spawned fish, we'll let him go.
Yeah, we'll send him home. See you, buddy.
We continued our hunt a little further upstream into the faster moving water. But knowing where the fish might be and actually spotting them is a whole different thing.
Pretty crank with these guys. Australia's tonics, not only you can't scratch them because the polarising film and UV filters are between two hardened pieces of glass. When you need to see the bottom or the fish, you pop them on and it goes well beyond polarising and really takes that glare off the water and, mate, it helps you fish.
There he is. Yes. Whoa!
Where is he? That's a strike for you. Oh, and the hopper popper.
Oh, nice. Just
No, it's not a
popped
hopper
out
popper.
there.
What do you call it?
Hopper dropper.
It's got a hopper dropper.
Yeah, ate the hopper though.
There we go. Another little rainbow?
Little paw.
Yeah, beautiful.
Super cute.
Oh, mate, and he's taken this nice big hopper pattern,
He has indeed.
and we've also had a little nymph underneath it as well.
And you can see they're hungry guys. You size him up next to the fly that he's eaten. He's had a crack at that. I mean, that's about the size of his head.
Yeah, look at that.
And he's about the size of some of the flies we use too.
Beautiful.
Fantastic.
What an absolutely stunning place. This is what high country trout fishing is all about. After the break, it's time to upsize to some truly awesome trout.
We're in the Snowy Mountains. Now the Tumut River here, the water's cold, it's coming out of Blowering Dam, it's 10 degrees, but you know, if you're up in Lake Yukonbing, Jindabyne or anywhere inland, especially over winter, the water can be really cool, but wherever it's cold, even out in the ocean, if you fall in, the thing to think about is that it sucks the power out of you really quickly. It doesn't matter whether you're an Olympic swimmer or an Ironman or a surf lifesaver, you've got to wear one of these, because a couple minutes in that water, you know it.
Yeah, you're done. I mean, you want to have all the gear on board. We've got our life jackets, we've got everything else that we need.
You look after that, you're going to have a much happier day.
The raft is a really stable platform to fish from, and with Mikey's expert skills, getting it into the best possible position on the river, catching trout almost seems easy.
He's got a bit of power, mate.
Yeah, he's got some weight to
Holy
him.
Jesus. Wow, the river just keeps on delivering. This is a nice rainbow. Look at the...
It's going hard.
I don't think I've ever come across trout that fight so hard for their sizes. I mean, you've got the fast-running water, but they just give it to you.
Yeah, the Tumut Warriors. They're really tough down here.
Mate, is that a snag coming up?
Yeah,
that,
just try and steer him a little mid-river. Probably even put a little hurt on him in this stuff just to...
Yeah, get him up.
Yeah, that's it.
Mickey is just an absolute master of this craft, and now he's looking for a spot where we can pull into an eddy and land this fish without getting him snagged.
Yeah, that's it. Just let him swing around, then I'm going to go for a run here.
Yeah. Look at him go. That's dedication. Go, Mikey. Oh, this is some of the best trout fishing I've ever had. Look at that.
That's a rainbow.
Nothing but net. All right. Jeez,
That is
look.
a stonker.
Beautiful big rainbow trout like that with the guys from Aussie Fly Fisher. They were staying at the stunning Nimbo Fork Lodge. Oh, mate, I could be any part of the world. This is first-class fly fishing, mate.
Great job, bud.
All right, that's a beauty. Look at that.
With Mikey's expert knowledge of the river, the next challenge is to take to the riverbank and sneak just around the corner to a spot which is sometimes home to a big brown trout.
Plenty of options here. As you can see, we've got off on the bank and we're Polaroiding now, looking for fish that we can see in the water, and we're going to cast to them. And
It's probably only maybe a foot, maybe 2 deep, so he's quite happy. He's feeding away. If we get in the right position to make a good presentation, should be on.
After the comfort of the raft, it was time to roll up my big boy pants and get into the water.
this water is icy cold. It's like having your legs in an esky full of ice.
You get used to it, mate.
You don't get used to it. I haven't got used to it. Not yet. I've just got a tree here, so I can't use that side. I'm going to backhand cast on this guy, and I've got to land the flies in front of him and the strike indicator behind him so I don't spook him.
That's it, good. See if he's going to swing over.
He's swinging over.
Leave it, leave it, leave it. Okay, lift slowly to the left, lift left, hit him, hit him. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Nice, man. Oh! That was it, buddy. That's it. Nice high angles in here.
Oh,
Remember, you got 3X on. You can steer him.
Right.
This in here is going to be our horrible stuff. Let's go maybe down a bit, mate.
Yeah.
Keep that high angle on him. A lot of pressure. Let's see if we can't get him back over this stuff. You got that second fly on there. Really high angle.
Yeah.
Go high, higher.
Oh.
He's wrapped around that 3 times. Oh, yes!
There was a bit of arse and a bit of class in there. We did everything right and went around our stick. Oh, you ripper. No. Woo, that's a class brownie.
Yep, that's what we're after.
Oh, yes.
That is a Tumut River brownie
Oh, look at
of
that.
the highest calibre.
I'll tell you what, everyone thinks of Australia as just being beaches and ocean and reef fishing, but we do have some magic trout fishing, don't we, mate?
Oh, mate, it's just fantastic, and it's even better just to watch him swim off like that.
So
he's
good.
just hanging out there super happy.
I mean, that to me is a world-class experience.
It's awesome, mate. We're so lucky here. We've got the water for it. Super clear, super cold, really healthy. And, you know, sending him home, we can do it all again. So it's just a real privilege to be able to watch a fish like that being caught. And you did really well, mate.
Yeah, a little bit of fluke there. But I'll tell you, I've got a good guide. That's the big thing. And that's why this is one of the great fishing adventures of Australia. It's a pristine waterway, great fish, and top-notch guides. I'm pinching myself. I'm like, this is a dream. Oh, it's great.
For more information about Aussie fly fisher and all the other great fishing adventures of Australia, check out australia.com/fishing. No matter what part of Australia you'd like to fish, this website has taken all the hard work out of choosing the best local options. You will have the adventure of a lifetime.